Hey my beautiful Aries peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot and welcome in here to your April 2024 tarot reading. How are you? I hope you guys are doing well. Want to wish my Ram fam peeps a happy birthday, happy Aries season. Hope it's been treating you well. Without further ado, we're going to hop on into this. As always, I do want to note though guys, if you want a personal read, you can check out my website. It's going to be linked in the description below. Actually, also there is a 30% off sale for the remainder of April. So if you want 30% off on a 15-minute personal reading with me, use code GETITPOPPIN', or I'm sorry, code Keep It Poppin' for 30% off, and I'd be happy to read for you, okay? So, anyhow, let's get on to it. What do we got showing up here for our beautiful birthday peeps throughout the month of April 2024? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we got going on here for you? We're going to take about 2 more shuffles, and we shall see what is up. Hopefully we're looking at something fantastic. Starting out here with our overall energy of the month, we have here the Star card, baby. You could be connecting here potentially with an Aquarius for some of you. Typically with the star energy though, this is about being in a space of feeling like you're in the right place at the right time coming into the month. So I like that a lot here for you, okay? You could feel like you are finally aligning, or the stars are finally aligning, if you will, to like where you've wanted to be. So it's a really great time here, a favorable time, a fortuitous time it feels, to get to a place that you've been working so hard to get to, is what I'm picking up on here so far. Let's go ahead and have a look and see what your main focus is going to be throughout the month. So what is the main focus here for the Ram fam throughout April 2024? Boom, 9 of Cups, fulfillment, baby. I'm looking to be happy, you know? And I think everybody is, right? But you're at a point where it's like, I'm ready to do everything by any means necessary to be happy in my life, to be fulfilled in my life, to be in a good space. So you're really working hard here to get to kind of, maybe for some of you, it could be identified as your dream life, but I just feel like you are trying to hit a milestone more than anything in an area of life. It could be a milestone in career, a milestone in friendship, a milestone in your relationship, a milestone in your personal growth, but you're aiming pretty high here coming into April. And here's the thing, right? When Aries aim high, they get high, you know? You get to where you need to go, period. So I love that, all right? Moving on forward though, let's see how you're gonna navigate throughout your main focus. So how is Aries gonna navigate this main focus moving throughout April 2024? Let's see what you're doing. We got here a 3 of Wands. We also have here a Judgment card. We have here a Page of Cups. And lastly, Aries, we have here a King of Pentacles coming into play here for you too. Now, 3 of Wands showing up here to the Judgment. You were essentially saying, if I want to get to where I want to go, I can't be waiting, right? Now, stagnancy is everybody's worst enemy. The more we sit and do nothing, the more we receive nothing, right? And for an Aries don't want to sit still. They want to get moving. They want stuff to do. So at the end of the day, I think stagnancy is pretty much anybody's worst nightmare that's an Aries. And I feel like probably to a degree, maybe you have felt pretty stagnant for a while now. You know, not in April, but before April, probably, you know, maybe some of you felt really stagnatized in your career. You might have felt stuck at a job and wondered, is there anything that I can, you know, go up from here? Maybe you felt stuck in a relationship, whatever the case may be. So there was a stagnant aspect, I feel, that showed up in your life. However, the Judgment here says, I need to give myself a chance to get outside the box, to think outside the box, and to do something inherently different. Page of Cups here is about offering yourself up to something new. So a lot of you guys are realizing, my current path is getting nowhere, so I gotta spice it up. My current path is not moving in any direction. It just seems like it's a dead end. So I need to reinvent myself. I need to reinvent what it is I'm doing. So it's kind of like your entire month is being a giant symbol of an Ace of Wands, right? The Ace of Wands is about new beginnings. So it definitely feels to me like coming into April, it's about having a giant Ace of Wands moment. This is a time for a new beginning going forward in my life. I gotta do something different to get different results. You know, if we're doing the same shit, we're gonna get the same results. If we do it different, then we're going to have different results, and often more times than not, they're better results that are coming into play for you. So looking at the last card we have here, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a card here of abundance. It's also a card here of managing your time well, making the right kinds of investments with your time. So I feel like ultimately here, why am I spending my time on something that seems so dead end when I can be investing my time into something new that has so much more of a better growth factor, right? So April 2024 is Aries saying, I'm done wasting my time. I'm done dealing with dead ends. I need something that has a growth factor, and I'm going to make sure that I capitalize on that as much as possible. Okay? I love it, baby. So far, it's looking pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and keep it moving forward, though. Let's see what good things are happening for you here throughout April 2024. So what are the good things showing up here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout the remainder here of April 2024, what are the good things coming up here for our Ram fam? First card coming out, we got here a Knight of Swords. Looking at the next card, we have here a Page of Wands. I like it. Moving on forward from that, a Queen of Pentacles. We have here an Eight of Pentacles. Cool. And we have here a Ten of Cups, dude, and a Sun card. Honestly, I'm seeing a lot of like love stuff happening here for you guys. Word to the wise for single Aries that have been looking for romantic partnership, this definitely could be the time where a romantic partner is coming in and you can be embarking on a romantic journey, okay? Now, let's get into this, though. We have here a Knight of Swords, and we are pairing that Knight of Swords here to a Page of Wands. So, good conversations are coming in. Also, Page of Wands is like a miniature version of the Ace of Wands, so it's kind of like before the new beginning happens, it's about envisioning, right? So, I'm almost kind of looking at the Page of Wands here and the Knight of Swords here as having envisioning conversations in April. And it's funny because the conversations you're envisioning and you're putting out there tend to manifest and come to life. It's like maybe you have a conversation with one of your friends, right? And you're like, you know, it would be super awesome if I started this kind of business and if it worked out for me. And then like you suddenly feel motivated to do it. You start the business and then woo, poof, here we go. It's working out for you. It's like speaking things into existence, I feel, is one of the great aspects of April, because I feel like you're going to notice that you are effortlessly speaking things into existence. Maybe you have a conversation with a friend about how you would like your day to go, and it goes exactly according to plan. No other, no interruptions, no side things happening. Like it went as planned to the T, right? So I feel like it's going to be a great time for manifestation, but you just also have such a potent energy of manifestation in general this month. I feel like you have this powerful envisioning and visualization that kind of takes you to where you need to go. So Aries, I just want to say here real quick, one of the great things you're going to see is conversations coming to life, things that you're speaking into existence come to life, but really hone in on your visualization, because putting in your passion with what it is you're visualizing can be incredibly powerful to manifest what you want coming into the month of April. So I like that that's showing up here so far. Moving along here forward, we have here a Queen of Pentacles, and that's going to be paired here to the Eight of Pentacles as well. So Queen of Pentacles here is about your wants, your needs, your desires. And I feel like you're really dedicating a lot of time here in April to put your time into your wants, needs, and desires. You're making sure you're well taken care of here this month. So that's one of the great aspects of April too. You're going to feel like you can take care of yourself. This is not a time where you feel like you need to neglect yourself or you need to prioritize other people over yourself. It's like this month, I got me, anything I need to do, I'm going to do it. And you're doing everything to better yourself along the way. So I feel like it's a great time of self-rejuvenation. And it's a great time of self-care and just making sure that you're giving yourself exactly what you need as possible. So that looks really cool. What else do we have here in terms of good stuff? Ten of Cups and the Sun. Remember how I said earlier, you guys probably felt pretty stagnatized in the past, like you just felt stuck in the area of life? Well, you don't anymore. You're finding something fulfilling here with the Ten of Cups, and of course with the Sun card, that brings out happiness. So one of the greatest things about April here too is you're finding something that has a growth factor, and being able to see that there's a future in something not only generates hope, but it generates excitement. I think what you've been lusting for, not in a lusty way or sexual way, but what you've been lusting for is excitement, right? It's like, dude, I just want life to be exciting again. I don't want it to feel so gray, kind of like gray, cloudy, foggy. I don't want that energy. I want excitement and hope for the future, that there's some cool shit out there. When an Aries starts to get bored, it's not a good fucking time. It's not a good time in the slightest. So there's a lot of hope and excitement here for the future on whatever new journey you're embarking on. And I think it's going to put a lot of you guys into a great state of mind. I think you're going to have some great conversations with awesome people that are going to help you get to the next level. I think that by taking care of yourself, you're putting yourself into a great place mentally, physically, spiritually, and that's going to help you along your journey too. And I think ultimately here, you're coming into contact with good people as well with that Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is people who have your best interest at heart, meaning that in April, you're going to have players on your side that are going to help you get to the next phase of your life or the next chapter of your life, which is incredibly powerful too. So Aries, I have no complaints, man. We are getting to exactly where we need to be. Star card, we're getting to where we have hope to go, and we're moving away from dead ends. Tying up loose ends, removing dead ends, going to the place of growth. So far, so fucking good, man. Let's go ahead here and continue. I'm going to see here, Aries, now if there's any sort of challenges per se coming up here in April. So is there any challenge that's showing up here for Aries throughout April 2024, please? Any challenge that they may need to be aware about? We have here the Nine of Wands. Okay, so Nine of Wands here could be a card about holding back. It could be, I've heard people before say like the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. It's a person who has been very wounded, been very hurt, but is still continuing to fight. But at the same time, it's like okay to ask for help. So, I mean, some of you could feel that way. Doesn't necessarily have to be that. But I feel like for the majority of you here, if there's any sort of challenge with this Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands here is saying, okay, maybe I need to be a little bit more confident in what I'm pursuing. Maybe I need to not hold back as more and shoot my shot a little bit more. When I look back and see that Three of Wands and see that you were stagnant in some area of life, the only time an Aries really becomes stagnant is when they lose the confidence or the belief within themselves. And I think you have to ask yourself the question, what has made me lose my spark, my belief, and my confidence? If that's the case, not every Aries will resonate with that, but if you're an Aries who's lost your confidence and your spark, what initially created that? And when you can figure out the root, it's time to completely revamp the story. Maybe you had a partner who put you down constantly and made you feel like you shouldn't be confident. Realize that that partner fucking sucks, they're full of shit, and they aren't in your life anymore, more than likely, right? So with that being said, don't give them the damn power or satisfaction to tell you that you ain't confident or should believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, what you tell yourself is what matters, not what other people say. So I just want to throw this out there. If any of you are still feeling held back for some particular reason, which is probably the initial cause of your stagnancy, find ways to re-empower yourself. Find ways to remember that no matter what you've been through with whomever or whatever, they have no say in how you should feel about you. Rewrite your story about how you should feel about yourself and empower yourself, guys, because you are so much more capable than you can ever give yourself credit for. All right. So I see that as being like the only kind of challenge, if you will. But let's go ahead and move forward. I'm going to hop on into the section now, Aries, where I'm going to see if there's anything that you should potentially want to avoid here this month. So if there's any kind of warnings or things of that nature, we have that information now. So is there anything Aries may want to avoid throughout April 2024, please? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Is there anything they may potentially want to avoid during this time frame? First card, we have here the Emperor, which is Aries energy, and we have here the Six of Pentacles. Interesting. People trying to get on your level. Aries, while you may have a lot of assistance of people helping you out here in April, getting to your desired goal and really being supportive of you, watch out for the people who are trying to get on your level or one-up you, because I do sense, and unfortunately, I see this a lot with Aries energy, and Aries are naturally very successful. You're born to be leaders. You're born to be successful. So a lot of people will look at an Aries and they'll have jealousy, right? So when people see something they don't have, they want to have what you have. It's kind of that vibe, okay, that I'm picking up on. So what you might want to avoid is maybe extending a little bit too much to other people. You know, try not to be too helpful. I'm not saying don't be helpful, don't be a good person, but watch out for the individuals who are trying to milk you for what they can get. That I feel being a weird presence and a weird energy possibly showing up in your life. You know, if you're doing great financially, maybe somebody wants a little bit of help. It's okay to help people financially, but if it's like every fucking week and this person refuses to get a job, XYZ, fuck that. So really watch out, guys, for people who are going to try to get on your level or one-up you. If people are one-upping you, it's an ego thing. Fuck their ego. Who cares? But if people are trying to get something out of you because they see that you're in this space of success, I would be really careful who you help. Pay attention to the genuine energy. If it's genuine, go for it. If there's something behind that that's not so genuine, I would really steer clear. Okay? Not everybody has your best intentions at heart. I did mention previously, a lot of people do this month, but unfortunately, reality of duality, there's positive, negative, light and dark. We may have some of this kind of bullshit to deal with too. So really do be mindful of that, okay? Be mindful of the people who got that genuine energy. Now, moving along here forward, what other insight and information do we have here for Aries on what they may want to avoid in April 2024? We have here a Four of Cups. We have here a Nine of Wands coming out again. By the way, this card does have duplicates of certain cards, so no worries. So Four of Cups here, Nine of Wands. Oh yeah, holding back, ignoring, putting things off. With Mercury retrograde, it can be a time of delay. I feel like this is the month of seizing the moment, guys. You really want to seize the moment as much as possible with the opportunities that are being granted and that are right in front of you. You really don't want to delay things. So let's say you have an opportunity to do some kind of job for somebody. Don't push that job off, get that job done. Let's say you have an opportunity to go have some kind of experience you've always wanted. Do it as soon as possible. Really be on top of the ball here this month. Be on top of things. Be very timely this month, because it could be super easy to lose track of time or to be late to certain things that are important, especially when it comes to the financial realm, career realm, work realm. So we want to make sure that we are being as timid as possible, if that's the way to say it. I think timid is on time. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not a fucking teacher, so sue me. But either way, be on top of shit. That is the most important part. Be on top of everything, especially when it comes to your money and career. It's tax season. Be on top of your taxes, okay? And track your spending, I'm hearing too, okay? You don't want to not track your spending. Be really on top of finances this month, as it can be super beneficial and helpful for you in the long run. Either way, though, that's what I'm seeing here with these two cards, okay? You want to make sure you're being on top of things. You're not creating delays, because Mercury loves delay. So if there's any way you can avoid some kind of delay, make sure that you are doing that as much as possible, all right? Arrive to places early, etc. You guys get the gist. Let's move forward. Let's get about maybe 2 more cards here. Is there anything else Aries may want to avoid throughout April 2024, please? Sorry if you guys hear me sniffling. Okay, it's spring. But is there anything they may want to avoid? We have here a King of Cups, and we also have here a Strength card showing up too. Strength card is the card that could be about removing yourself from a situation, or like having the strength to, you know, bite your tongue or not say things. King of Cups is a card here too that represents being in a space of like really good emotional maturity and like just being in a great space emotionally. So I feel like it's interesting, because it's almost like the universe is trying to say, what I would avoid is biting your tongue. I would avoid holding back how you actually feel. It's not always a good thing to be the bigger person. And that's an interesting way to put it, right? Because what's the number one thing we always hear in certain situations? Oh, be the bigger person. But why can't other people step up either? Why can't other people decide, oh, like, you know what? Maybe mutually we should work something out together. Now, Aries, I'm not telling you guys, go full fire mode and, completely, go ham on a person. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm trying to say essentially, don't endure what you're not going to tolerate. Don't. You might have some people saying, Aries, you're better than that. Like, at the end of the fucking day, sometimes when people are doing stupid shit, you got to let them know they're doing stupid shit. And that's just the truth, you know? It's better to not let people take advantage of you by being the bigger person. In certain circumstances, fine. If somebody's genuinely not fucking worth it, fuck them. I'm the bigger person. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to be calm. Cool. I get it in certain instances. But in other instances where people are in a position where it's kind of well-deserved, it's a gray area. I'm not trying to tell you guys, pop off on somebody, but at the same time, stand your fucking ground this month, okay? I would avoid being too passive, because being too passive this month can result in people trying to take advantage in whatever way that resonates in the workplace, if it resonates in relationships, if it resonates in romance. Definitely the workplace, though. If you're getting kind of like nominated or kind of like scouted for a higher position, and like somebody else is like, oh, Aries, like, it'd be nice if like maybe you back down so I could get that. Like, no, you worked hard to get that fucking position. Whoever gets it gets it. You get what you get, and don't be upset. Don't let somebody else kind of like fuck your chances there, Don't be the nice person, because being nice always gets you nowhere. Being kind is a different story, right? So we want to be as kind as possible, but you don't need to be Mr. Nice or Mrs. Nice. Be who you are. Get what you want. Do what you've worked hard for. Don't let anybody stand in the way of that shit. All right? Moving forward. This is a very Aries reading. I feel a lot of fire in me. A lot of people don't know my whole entire birth chart's actually very, very fire dominant. So I resonate with this type of energy, man. I do. All right, man, let's move forward. Let's see what's happening here in love. We're going to start with the single Aries first and see what comes into play for you. Typically, I do career first. I guess we'll do that after love, since I already said love, so bear with me. But single Ram Fam members, what's going on in April? 3 of Cups showing up over here. We got a 5 of Swords showing up here too. And we got here a Wheel of Fortune coming into play as well. You're enjoying your time with somebody, but at the same time, it kind of goes back to this common theme of I'm not looking for a dead end. So if you're a single Aries, you are probably talking to somebody currently. If you're not talking to somebody, this won't resonate to you. But if you're a single Aries and maybe you've been in a situationship with somebody for a while, there's no label. You don't really know where it's going. It's kind of like, I think you're over that. You want to take the next step. Are we going to be a thing, or are we going to be more than a thing? Because I don't want to just be a thing. I want either fucking a relationship, or maybe this isn't worth continuing to drag out because I'm tired of dead end energy. So you don't want this to be a dead end. Five of Swords is pretty much you standing up for yourself, telling this person how you feel, communicating that you don't really want this to keep on going in the same direction it's going in. Wheel of Fortune says, let's figure it out. Either we're moving forward or we're not. Either we're going to have a relationship or we're both going to be single, because I'm tired of kind of riding a wave that never feels like it's going to crash, you know, or never feels like it's going to reach land and go somewhere. So I want to figure this out. That's what I'm seeing happening here so far with the single Ram fam members. What about the coupled Aries? What's going on with you guys? What do we have here for Aries couples during April 2024? We have here a 7 of Cups. We have here a 2 of Wands. We have here a 9 of Swords. Definitely some confusion, I feel, for the Aries couple. Some confusion around whether or not you still want to be in this romantic relationship. Now, if you're solid and good as gold with your partner, this isn't your story. But if you're a person who's been kind of just a little iffy about your connection lately, I think you're trying to figure it out. However, though, there's a lot of confusion on whether or not this is still a relationship you want to participate in, because I think there's a lot of frustrating aspects here with the 9 of Swords. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of anxiety possibly about the relationship. Some of you here may even feel, you know, a little bit too tied down. Right, as you can see over here with the ropes and things of that nature, you might feel a little bit too tied down. Maybe you want a little bit more of a looser relationship. And that's not me saying that maybe you want to jump into something where it's open or anything of that nature, but just maybe you want to feel like you have more time for yourself. You want a little bit more solitude out of the relationship too. So for Aries peeps that are in relationships that are potentially having problems, this is the perfect time to communicate. I know Mercury retrograde can make communication incredibly difficult. Just be clear in what you are stating, right? Be clear in what your intentions are and what you're looking for to make and improve the relationship as a whole. If you say nothing, it'll still go down the same path it's going. But if you're willing to have a conversation, if you're willing to be very clear about what you want, that's going to get the ball rolling. So I would talk to your person. I would definitely take the time to figure out what you want moving forward and what your interests are. If this is the person for you, if they're not for you, definitely don't stay a part of a relationship you're not happy with. But the last thing you want to do is not communicate, because it's only going to make everything a lot more foggy, blurry, and difficult to understand. So this is a time for clarity. Seek clarity on what you want. Have that conversation with your partner and take it from there is what would be my best advice, okay? All right, guys, let's dip into career, and then after career, we'll be hopping on into the overall outcome, okay? So jumping into career for Aries, let's have a look here and see what's going on career-wise. Moving throughout the month here of April 2024, what's showing up here in career for our Ram fam? First card coming out is going to be the Hangman. I did say for most of you, I feel like your biggest stagnant position in life or biggest stagnant area was probably career. So, you know, feeling stuck, but figuring it out here with a star card. Ace of Pentacles, here comes an opportunity. I love it, dude. I feel a lot of good career luck energy, a good career opportunity energy for Aries jumping into the month here of April. Star card is like possibly for some of you getting your dream career, but at the end of the day, it's about getting your foot in the right direction. And that's after feeling stuck or feeling like your career has been a bit of a dead-end job. So going back to the common theme, I'm sure you're tired of hearing me repeat it, but essentially, if your career has kind of felt like it has no growth and it's going nowhere, like you're getting somewhere now with your career where there's a path for growth and opportunity, and it feels good. This could be about quitting dead-end jobs or moving away from what you feel like you're not growing in personally and finding something to where growth is actually possible. So career is definitely going to involve expansion here, and that can be about taking on a new job, a different position, even possibly starting your own business by having a vision in mind on how you want to grow that business and take it to whatever level you desire to take it to. So it looks like a massive time here for career change, to be involved in something to where there's definite chances of growth, not only just in the kind of career and positioning that you're doing, but financially as well. Now, speaking of finances, let's take a look at your finances here, coming on into the month of April. So how are the Ram fam members doing financially throughout this time period, please? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How are they doing financially First card out is going to be a Page of Swords. Looking at the following, we have here an Eight of Swords, and lastly, we have here a Two of Cups paired with a Queen of Cups. I don't know what's possibly making you a little bit worried about money, but I'm here to tell you guys that you're going to be way more than okay here financially, guys. Eight of Swords showing up here is about being in your head. Page of Swords here is about being a little bit hesitant, so I think some of you here are worried about overspending this month, or maybe if you haven't had like the most security in the bank account recently, maybe there's a lot of bills coming up and you're a little bit shook about that. But I'm here to tell you guys, whatever financial kind of worries you're having here this month are going to be resolved. You will get to a point here, Two of Cups, where the money you've put out is the money that comes back to you. Okay, so I want you to know that financially you will be taken care of. Queen of Cups showing up here for you too represents that you're going to move into a much more calmer space in regards to money as well in this time frame. So money might be a little worrying at first, but it's going to be you moving into a more calmer space and seeing that money come back to you, okay? Especially if you've had any sort of unexpected bills or big bills to pay or big tax bills to pay, right, as it is the season. So anything of that nature that's been a little bit spooky to you, take a breath, do what you can to, like, you know, bring yourself into a calmer state of being, because everything's looking okay in the end financially. So I'm not seeing any sort of crazy things happening or disasters happening. Everything starts to level out and balance out for you in a good way. So it'll get better is what I want to say here for you, okay? All right, though, guys, overall outcome time, baby, and then we're good to go. Let's see what the overall outcome here is going to be for Team Aries. Moving throughout the month of April 2024, what is the overall outcome here for the Ram fam? Boom! Queen of Swords. I love it. Aries has always given me Queen of Swords energy, even though the swords represent air signs, but Queen of Swords is good. Being stern, being clear, not letting anything stand in the way, being in your power, okay? This is the month, guys, where nothing's getting in the way of you. You are speaking your mind and speaking your truth. You are removing delays. You are removing dead ends. Anything that's like, imagine being in a forest and you're just chopping the vines to clear a path for yourself. That is how I'm seeing your month, okay? It's like me thinking about like being in like maybe like the Amazon, right? And at the end of the day, you got yourself a machete and you're just chucking through vines and everything to create a, you know, a pathway for you to walk. That's what's going on here this month. Anything that's in the way, we are just chopping it, cutting it, getting it through, and we're making a way for ourselves to get to our destination, okay? Aries, this was a wonderful reading, guys. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, so thank you. I do want to say, of course, happy birthday, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this reading. Thanks for spending time with me, and I'm wishing every single one of you guys so well. So have a fantastic and amazing rest of your month. Happy birthday to all of you, and I will catch you guys in the next video, okay? I do want to give you guys a reminder. You can use code KEEPITPOPPIN for 30% off on a 15-minute personal reading with me. If you would like to book one, feel free to. But with that being said, take care, guys. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.